Welcome to the war room, where screens become battlefields. All right, let's talk about something truly terrifying: war. Not the bombs and bullets kind, but the kind fought with carefully chosen images and strategically worded headlines. The kind where our phones and laptops become battlefields, and we, the unsuspecting public, are caught in the crossfire. See, long gone are the days when wars were fought solely on distant battlefields. Today, the most crucial battleground is the one between your ears, the one where public opinion is won and lost. And in this new age of information warfare, the weapon of choice is media. It's how governments shape narratives, sway public opinion, and ultimately achieve their objectives. And nowhere is this more evident than in the ongoing conflict between Ukraine and Russia. It's a war that's being fought, not just with tanks and troops, but with tweets and TikTok videos, with each side vying for the hearts and minds of the global community. Buckle up, folks, because things are about to get messy. Let's face it, in the global court of public opinion, Ukraine had a head start. They're the underdog, the plucky democracy facing down a much larger, more powerful adversary. And they've played that role masterfully, using the power of media to rally international support.
Think about it. The now iconic image of President Zelensky, clad in a simple green t-shirt, refusing to flee Kyiv. The constant stream of videos showing ordinary Ukrainians taking up arms to defend their homeland. The heart-wrenching stories of resilience and resistance shared on social media. It's a masterclass in digital age PR, leveraging our innate empathy and desire to root for the underdog. And it's been incredibly effective in garnering sympathy, aid, and even military support from Western nations.
Now, on the other side of the digital trenches, we have Russia. And let's be clear, their approach to media warfare is a whole different beast. Instead of appealing to emotions, they're all about control, about dictating the narrative and silencing any dissenting voices.
Their strategy? A potent cocktail of censorship, misinformation, and good old-fashioned propaganda. Independent media outlets shut them down. Social media platforms restrict access or flood them with pro-Kremlin narratives. Journalists who dare to question the official line, well, let's just say they tend to have a lot of accidents.
It's about creating an alternate reality, one where the invasion is a special military operation to liberate Ukraine from Nazis. It's a tactic as old as warfare itself: control the information, control the people. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the algorithm in your pocket: social media. Because in this conflict, platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok haven't just been bystanders, they've become active battlegrounds.
On the one hand, social media has been a powerful tool for Ukrainians. It's how they've bypassed traditional media gatekeepers to share their stories directly with the world. It's how they've mobilized international support, fundraised for their military, and exposed Russian atrocities.
But here's the catch. Social media is also a breeding ground for misinformation. It's where misleading videos go viral, where fake accounts spread propaganda, and where algorithms trap users in echo chambers of their own biases. And in this chaotic information landscape, it's often difficult to separate fact from fiction.
Section 5. Filter bubbles and echo chambers, trapped in our own realities. Now, you might be thinking, John, I'm a savvy news consumer. I get my information from reputable sources, and that's great. But here's the thing. Even the most well-intentioned among us can fall prey to something called confirmation bias.
It's our natural tendency to seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs and to dismiss anything that challenges them. And social media algorithms, well, they're like digital drug dealers, constantly feeding us what we crave, whether it's true or not. The result? We end up trapped in filter bubbles, surrounded by people who think just like us, consuming the same news and reinforcing each other's biases. It's like living in an echo chamber where our own voices are the only ones we hear.
Section 6. Misinformation, a virus more contagious than ever. And in this environment, misinformation spreads like wildfire. A doctored video here, a misleading headline there, and suddenly people are questioning everything they see and hear.
It's like a virus, infecting our minds and sowing seeds of doubt and distrust. And just like any virus, it thrives on our vulnerabilities, our fears, our biases. And the more we're exposed to it, the more susceptible we become. And here's the truly terrifying part. It's not just about spreading lies. It's about eroding trust in all information. It's about creating a world where everyone has their own facts, and objective truth becomes elusive. Section 7. Critical thinking. Your best defense against propaganda. So, what's the solution? Well, it's not about unplugging from the internet or retreating into a bunker of blissful ignorance. It's about arming ourselves with the most powerful weapon we have. Critical thinking. It's about questioning everything we see and hear, especially if it confirms our existing biases. It's about checking sources, seeking out diverse perspectives, and being wary of anything that seems too good or too bad to be true. It's about recognizing that just because something is shared by someone we trust doesn't make it true. And it's about being willing to change our minds when presented with new information. Section 8. The future of news. Navigating a world awash in information. Look, the world of information is a messy, chaotic place, especially in times of conflict. But that doesn't mean we're powerless. We can choose to be informed, discerning consumers of information. We can choose to engage in respectful dialogue, even when we disagree. We can choose to be part of the solution, not the problem. Because the future of news, the future of our democracy, depends on it. And if we want to win the war for truth, we need to be as vigilant in the digital trenches as we are in the real world. That's it. Go forth and be skeptical, my friends.